So today I'm starting the Foothills Trail. It's about 80 miles from Oconee State Park to Table Rock State Park. I can't exactly remember, but that's okay because I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna learn along the way. South Carolina, I think this is my first time ever here. So let's do it, Foothills Trail. I'm really excited for this hike because I've heard so much about it. I've heard that it's so good. It's so well taken care of. It passes by all these incredible waterfalls and rivers. And I have like a little fishing rod, which I'm gonna use to fish along the way. I got my fishing license. And yeah, so I think it's gonna be a really cool hike. And I think for anyone out there who wants to do like the Appalachian Trail or the Pinhoti Trail or the Ben Mackay Trail or Long Trail or whatever, then this is just such a perfect like practice hike. So 80 miles, kind of mild from what I understand when it comes to like physicality, and really beautiful, really fun. Super looking forward to it. Alright, do you want to get better at backpacking? Do you want to dial in your gear? Do you want to become stronger? Do you want to become more skilled? Well, the secret to that is this trail. It is the Foothills Trail. It is trails underneath 100 miles. It is trails near home where you can go out, you can do a quick overnight and try things and test things and get better at things and hike in the rain, hike in the heat, and learn how to deal with these different kinds of conditions and learn different skills along the way. So the Foothills Trail is only 80 or so miles, and really this is the perfect hike to be doing if you want to go off and do the Appalachian Trail, the Long Trail, the Pinhoti Trail, the Ben Mackay Trail, the Superior Hiking Trail. You know, if you live in the southeast or something, the Foothills Trail should 100% be on your list, because doing something like this is going to help you dial in your gear, figure out what works, figure out how to take care of your feet, try new things, and have a lot of fun in the process. So I've always recommended doing short overnight trips and doing a lot of them because it's going to give you so many opportunities to learn. And that is what I will recommend to you as well. To get out, to do a trail like the Foothills Trail, to do overnight hikes near home, and to learn something new and to have fun. So, Foothills Trail, here we are. I'm doing it in sandals. I've got a bunch of new gear in my pack. It's a brand new backpack even. And yeah, that's how we're doing it out here. So this is my Tenkara rod. It's a Tenkara USA Sato. My fly box, which I drew on. A bunch of flies. And that's it. I just keep this stuff in my fanny pack and I'm good to go. So this is the Chattooga River, and I was fortunate enough to catch 2 fish. Unfortunate enough that neither of them were trout. I don't even know what they were. But it's a very pretty river, really great for fly fishing. And just since this is in the middle of the woods, it's incredible. There's no one here. It is just me fishing alone. It's a wonderful thing. So this is a nice rock wall. I like this kind of stuff. It's pretty tall. I don't know, 50 feet above me or something? Who's to say? But good stuff, man. Foothills Trail, so far wonderful. If you're planning on hiking this trail, I think definitely the best times would probably be like March, April, May. Maybe you could push it into February, but that might be just like way too cold, could be icy. So I don't think I can recommend February, but March, April, May should just be all incredible months for this trail. And then probably on the opposite end of the spectrum, October, November, and even into December, I'm sure. This trail is probably just incredible in the fall. It's nice, there's like no permits necessary whatsoever. There's tons of people that offer like shuttles between the two ends. There's people that even offer doing a food drop right around the halfway point. You know, so if you want to really take your time, like, you don't have to carry 10 days worth of food. You can do this hike in 10 days and split that up into like 5 and 5, which is awesome. Or you can do it like me and just do it in like 4 or 5 altogether. I don't think there's really a right or a wrong. No matter how you want to do this one, I think it's going to be awesome. Fast packing, slow packing, fly fishing, whatever it may be. It's all good out here. I hiked Whiteside Mountain as a little kid, maybe a couple of times. So my grandfather lived in Franklin, North Carolina. So I assume that's the same Whiteside. I'm just gonna think that it is because it's kind of like a nice full circle moment for me now, I don't know, about 30 years later. Be looking off at it once again. Check that out. So the border between South Carolina and North Carolina. This trail, through over the course of its 80 miles or so, it hugs the border between the two states. It does spend most of its time in South Carolina, but it's pretty cool to get a little bit of both. And I don't know what it is about crossing a state line, but for some reason it always feels like a good thing. You know, at this point I think I'm about 25 miles into my hike, maybe 30, I'm not exactly sure, but yeah. I don't know. Such a small thing, but always feels like a nice accomplishment. Like, wow, I walked across one state, even though I've barely been walking at all. So anyway, North Carolina, happy to be here. I don't know if I've said it yet, but this trail is like near perfection. It is really blowing my mind. You know, I feel like so many other trails should be like aspiring to be more like this one. I love all the little bridges. I love all the signs are like have a little artistic take to them. They have, you know, a little bit of cursive in it. The rivers are just so beautiful. The trail, it feels like it's routed just so perfectly to all of the most interesting things. You know, I feel like with every mile, I have something to look forward to. And every time I do a climb or something difficult or whatever, I feel like I'm immediately rewarded with like, oh cool, a little ridge line or a view, or here's a bench, or you know, another incredible river, another incredible waterfall. Like, this trail is really blowing my mind. I think anyone that's looking for you know, a cool East Coast hiking experience, the Foothills Trail is absolutely it. I'm about halfway done now, and you know, I think it's just going to be awesome until the end. Man, anyone that lives in like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, like, this should absolutely be on your list. It is really fun, it's really beautiful. I feel like you could do it alone and have a ton of fun like I am, or you could do it with your partner and both of you would have a ton of fun. You know, sometimes I feel like, oh, I would enjoy something more than my partner, or my partner would enjoy a certain trail more than me. I think this one just all around is great. So right now I'm about 40 miles in. I'm really loving it out here. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the trail. I feel like not only would this hike be just such a great warm-up for something larger like the Appalachian Trail or whatever, you know, if you live nearby, like, this is just excellent. I feel like this trail is perfect for helping to dial in gear, get better fitness. It's perfect to just have fun. You know, I just can't speak highly enough about this trail. You know, it's so obvious how much time and effort has gone into like making this what it is. You know, all the signage, the infrastructure, the routing, like, it's been incredible so far. I'm coming up on the halfway point right now, about 40 miles in, and I have yet to see a single other backpacker, which is kind of incredible. It's just been me. I've run into like day hikers when I'm near a trailhead, but that's it. I don't know if this trail can really get any better. And thank you to, you know, the trail organization and all the volunteers that have made this thing so good. Yeah, I think as like an East Coast hiking experience, this is about as good as it gets. This trail, I have no notes. So, yeah, gonna get to halfway point tomorrow morning and super stoked on it. All right, today is big climb day. So I've already gone up like 3,000 feet from wherever I camped, and I still have quite a lot more to go. And maybe a little while ago, I started noticing there's like a ton of day hikers. Just absolute ton of them. I think I've been passed by 10, 15, you know, going up or going down, runners, just all manner of people. And I'm thinking, why do all these people want to climb this mountain? It's just a big climb. It's not really something I'm particularly looking forward to, other than like getting the views at the top. But it kind of seems like there's roads that go towards the top, and it's like, why don't they just park there? After a few more day hikers, I thought, this must be something significant. And sure enough, I'm hiking up to the high point of South Carolina. So these are either high pointers, people that want to do all of them in the country, or people in South Carolina that want to be at the highest point in the whole state. So right now I'm climbing up to Sassafras Mountain, which is 3,560 feet. And that's the high point of South Carolina, which just happens to be on the Foothills Trail, which is pretty cool. It's nice that I guess I get to do it without even really knowing what I'm doing. Man, that is a massive rock. It's huge. But I'm at 16 miles for the day, and I think I have 6 miles until the end. So I'm almost done. Foothills Trail, roughly 80 miles. I don't know the length. It's probably like 76. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So far, I'd say the first half of the trail for me was like the absolute most spectacular, but pretty much through and through, the trail's been great. It's unfortunate I'm walking through like a burned area right now because I feel like this final push would also just be ridiculously beautiful and pretty, and yeah. So I started June 4th, and this trail is taking me a little less than 4 days. So I'm averaging, I guess, right around 20 miles per day or so. Today will be 22, and it's been super fun. I mean, about 20 miles a day, and that's including like fly fishing for 4 hours every single day and setting up my camp like earlier than I typically would on a lot of other hikes, well before sunset. I've enjoyed it. I would highly recommend this trail to like anyone in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Virginia, like any state nearby. You're into hiking and backpacking, I absolutely feel like this trail should be on your list, because it's just fun from beginning to end, and there's so much to enjoy out here. I'm gonna finish up my hike, and then I am going to attempt to hitchhike an hour back to my car.